Today, we are looking at a concept that fundamentally challenges our Western perspective on space and emptiness, the concept of ma or emptiness. However, ma is not simply a word for emptiness. It is a philosophical and aesthetic principle that elevates the space between things to something meaningful. Imagine, not the objects themselves, but what lies between them, carries the most significance. This insight changes how we view art, architecture, time, and perhaps even our own lives. What is ma not? Our Western perspective has a problem with emptiness. We see it as something negative, absence, lack, a vacuum that urgently needs to be filled. Think of an empty schedule that we immediately fill up, a quiet pause that we fill with sound, or a white wall that we feel we must decorate. Ma radically questions this attitude. What if emptiness is not the problem, but rather the solution? What is ma then? Ma is active, intentional space. It is the pause between musical notes that defines the melody, the silence between words that strengthens their meaning, the distance between two people that determines their relationship. Ma is not passive, it is a conscious choice not to fill, to leave space for what can emerge. It is the artist who decides not to paint, the architect who incorporates air, the storyteller who does not explain everything. The character for ma is itself a lesson in the concept. It combines gate and sun, literally the sun shining through an opening. Imagine, you walk through a dark corridor and see a ray of sunlight entering through a crack. Not the wall, not the corridor, but that single play of light in the opening is what matters. This is how ma works. It is the light made possible by the space in between. Ma is rooted in three major East Asian traditions. In Shintoism, it is the sacred space where divine energy can manifest. In Zen, we see the empty mind as the only one capable of receiving enlightenment, like an empty cup that can be filled. And Daoism teaches us about Wu Wei, acting through non-action. Three traditions, one insight: emptiness is not an end, but a beginning. In architecture, we see ma comes to life. In traditional Japanese houses, walls are not static but dynamic, sliding walls that allow spaces to breathe. The veranda, the ringawa, is neither inside nor outside, but precisely the intermediate space that connects both. Windows are not just openings, but carefully framed views of the world. Each element respects the space around it. The Zen Garden of Ryanji is a masterpiece of ma. 15 stones, carefully placed, but it is the patterns in the gravel between them that draw attention. The garden is designed so that you can never see all the stones at once. There is always something hidden, suggested. The emptiness invites contemplation. This is yohaku, the meaningful margin. In no theater, actors move as if in slow motion, with long pauses in between. Each gesture becomes a meditation. The masks show no extreme emotions, but a neutral expression that the audience can interpret themselves. In traditional Japanese music, the silence between notes is as important as the notes themselves. It is the tension of what is to come, the echo of what was. In sumi-e, Japanese ink painting, the artist sometimes uses only a few brushstrokes. The rest remains empty, white, blank. But that emptiness is anything but nothing. It is the mist between mountain peaks, the reflection in water, the space to dream. The artist invites you to become a co-creator, to fill the emptiness with your imagination.